On June 18th, 2023, my mother Margarita Irizarry went to be with the Lord. My mother was not only the best mom in the world, but she was my friend, and my mother was like a sister to me. She was the most amazing, the strongest woman that I've ever known. My mother went through the valley of the shadow of death and came back to tell about it. She was my strength. My mother was my rock and my biggest supporter. The last time we went to Chinatown, my mother and I took a photo by Gian Galang's mural, which was on the wall on Doyer Street in Chinatown. And it will remain as one of the last memories that I have of my mother. So this episode on Charles Damiano's Bruce Lee channel, I'd like to dedicate it to my best friend, my mother Margarita Irizarry. Mom, I love you, and I miss you more than yesterday, but not as much as I will tomorrow. God bless you, Mom. I love you. But this art here, Charlie, is created by a very young artist by the name of Gian Galang.
I heard of him, yes.
Gian, I want to meet you someday, brother. I know you're in New York City, and a friend of mine, Frankie Balboa,
yes,
from Times Square Video,
knows him, right?
Knows Gian Galang. And he speaks very highly of you, and also I just want to thank you so much for your box of gifts that was sent to me.
Yes.
And to Charlie.
Thank you very, very much.
On your behalf, Gian. So I want to meet you someday, man. Maybe take you out to lunch. And thank you so much for your most generous gift.
And maybe we'll do an episode with you as well. We'd love to get you on the channel, so consider it.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to you, man. Hey guys, Charles Damiano back from the Bruce Lee Collection for another exciting episode. And today I'm here with Gian Galang, the artist of the Criterion box set.
Welcome, bro. Welcome to my home. I really love this,
man.
Yeah, that's the man right there. Yep.
We also got Frankie Balboa, who
Frankie!
you met in the last episode.
Times Square Kung Fu.
Times Square Kung Fu.
Yes.
And of course, Hector Martinez, my brother here.
Charlie.
Charlie. Hey man, you got it, man. And setting this up for you. If it wasn't for Hector, through Frankie, we would have never had Gian here today. So I'm so excited. And today we're going to interview him, find out about his artwork, how he got inspired by Bruce Lee to do the Criterion box set, how he got started into art in general. But first I want to thank you also, Frankie, because I know you guys are friends, right?
Right.
And you maybe you could share how you met Gian, and then you know, how you became friends. And thank you for bringing him here today, because it was through you that we got him here today.
I mean, Frankie made it possible. You did it.
Yeah, you really did, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been a long time. We're trying to make this happen for a while.
I know. You're right.
With schedule conflicts and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I met Gian and through Twitter, because I'm very vocal about art.
Yeah.
And I always like, yo, this cover is horrible, man.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, then I saw this guy. I'm like, what the hell is this? It was so new.
Man.
It reminded me of this comic book artist, excuse my voice, Frank Miller, who did Sin City.
Yeah.
You know, The Dark Knight, but with more flair. And I'm like, yo, this guy here.
Yeah.
This guy's the man. Had like a graffiti look, a pop to it.
Nice.
But it reminded me why I love art.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, growing up, I always found we love artists that were unique.
Yeah.
And his stuff was different from this day and age.
Absolutely, it is. It is.
And the fact that it wasn't digital, it stood out more.
Wow.
Yeah.
So would you reach out to him? You just
No, we was just retweeting
each other.
That's pretty cool.
And then you
man.
became friends. How long you know him now?
Like what? Since the pandemic?
Yeah, a little bit before then. But I actually,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, I always saw Frankie's content just because, you know, he would always post the hype clips.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like the dopest thing on my feed all the time.
on his YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, well, before
that.
it was on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Got you.
now
Yeah.
he's taken over.
Yes, yes.
Wow,
yes.
yeah.
It's
all
funny,
the
though,
big companies are contacting
I know, man.
all
he's
these
the man.
big video companies.
Yeah.
You got people in Europe contacting him already.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, that's awesome,
But it's
bro.
crazy because when we were talking, he said, let me follow this guy. Then I saw he was already following me. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, it was an omen, man. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for getting here. So
No problem.
we're gonna find out a little bit about Gian today. So
Yeah.
maybe you could start by telling us. You told me earlier that you grew up in Hong Kong. That's where you were born.
Yeah.
So what was that like?
Well, I was born in LA, but I moved right when I was a baby, and I lived there until I was 10. And I guess from a Bruce Lee point of view, because I'm, you know, I know you guys are like, I would consider you guys like level 10 fans. And I consider myself a pretty good fan, but compared to you guys, I'm more like a 3 or 4.
Is that like a positive way of saying that we're old?
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably.
No, I just know I'm not gonna be able to like keep up with you guys with the
That's
details and stuff.
okay. We're honored to have you here.
But yeah, I mean, growing up, it was just like kind of like how in Chinatown now in New York, where you see all the New York T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was growing up in Hong Kong, where the street vendors, there would always be Bruce Lee stuff.
Right.
Statues, you know, just as common as you know, like chopsticks.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
Like that. Like Bruce Lee. Yeah, Bruce Lee posters, T-shirts, everything. You know.
So even though he passed in '73 and you were there from '86 to '96, even during that period, as you were getting 9, 10, you still saw Bruce Lee stuff in the stores in Hong Kong.
Just everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
Still.
yeah.
Wow.
It was not even really. It was kind of just like, I don't know, like how Michael Jackson or the Beatles would be in America, just like always, you know, always happening.
Yeah,
kind of the same with Bruce Lee.
Pop culture. He's a pop culture.
And Jackie Chan too.
So did you
Jackie
pick up
Chan.
anything at that time from the stores, or not really?
No,
You were
not
still
really.
too young at that time.
I was into I was into everything influenced by Bruce Lee.
Okay.
So I was into Ninja Turtles, Street Fighter, you know, everything that was influenced by Bruce Lee.
Remember those?
That's cool.
Those are great. I love Ninja Turtles.
Well, there's a new movie coming out.
Ninja Turtles. I know.
It never gets old.
I mean,
know.
like, he wouldn't have nunchucks if it wasn't
For Bruce Lee.
Yeah, so, like,
Right.
So that was what was happening when I was growing up. So.
Got you.
That's
got
awesome.
you.
That's awesome.
And then you moved back from Hong Kong. Where did you move from there? You moved back
Virginia.
Virginia?
So I say I grew up in Virginia because that's where I went to like middle school and high school.
Okay.
And then I've been in New York for the past like 13 years.
All right. And so how did you get inspired to do artwork then? Because your artwork is really very unique. The way you use colors and the way you kind of do the etchings of the people that you paint about. So how did you get into the whole art side of it? Did you go to school for art, or is this just natural talent?
Yeah, I did go to school for art, but it was because drawing was the thing that I've been doing for as long as I can remember.
Oh, really?
And I was always into like, so you know, I mentioned all the stuff, all the pop culture stuff that was influenced by Bruce Lee. I was always into drawing my favorite action heroes. So whether that's from comic books, you know, I would draw my Ninja Turtles. I would have video games like Street Fighter. They would have instruction manuals with all the characters, with all their stats. I would like copy all the individual characters. So that was like my favorite thing. Like, and I was a big action figure collector. Too.
Yeah,
I mean,
there you go.
At the time, it's not a collector. It was just those are my toys. So I was always into like action figures in motion.
Okay.
So that's kind of how my art manifested from comic books, from all my heroes from movies and the video games and comic books. That's the stuff I like painting.
Got you.
I just noticed you mentioned figures in motion. So now that I know that, put it into context. The waves you see here, like the strokes. And all his drawings, he got like this nice.
It's showing motion, right?
Showing motion. Right.
Frankie, let's take them out. So we can appreciate them a little. The audience can appreciate them a little more.
Right.
Because you know, like, when I read comic books, the pages that I would always stop at are, you know, the main action spreads. Where like, you know, Batman's fighting.
Looks beautiful.
And stuff, so that's kind of what I try to do for my
So
work.
this one was inspired from this little box set you did, right? Now,
so
how did that come about? Was that a Shannon Lee special over here?
Yeah, so my friends are sculpture makers, Plastic Cell, and they did an official collaboration with Shannon and the Bruce Lee Foundation to do these limited sculptures, and they hit me up to do the box art packaging.
And that's what this poster is, right? The box art packaging that you have there?
Yeah.
Got you.
So we did 2 versions. I think the yellow version was on the Bruce Lee website, and this was on the Plastic Cell site.
Got you. And the artwork, then you were consigned to do that for this particular sculpture.
Yeah, just
at the time.
for this sculpture. Yeah, the box for the sculpture.
I got you.
Yeah.
So did Shannon reach out to you? Who reached out to you? For
That was
this project?
Plastic Cell.
Plastic Cell reached out to you.
Yeah, they had an official license. Yeah.
I got you. And then, so how did you get a chance to meet Shannon Lee from this project? And what was that like?
So Shannon, I think maybe found out about me maybe more after doing the Criterion Collection.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome, man.
And so what happened was I primarily worked as an illustrator, working for brands, you know, so like Bruce Lee. But in the past couple of years, I've entered the fine art world. So I had my first solo show 2 years ago, and in it I had a painting of Bruce Lee.
Okay.
You know, amongst all the other paintings that I had, and she came to the show. You know, I mean, it was.
Where was it held at the show? Where was it?
California.
In California.
Yeah,
because she lives out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, she came with the book, Be Like Water. She had a nice note to it, and I mean, that made me legit. Like, cause like my family was out there, and they're like, oh, you know, this is an art show, cool, let's support you. And I'm like, oh, but did you know that Bruce Lee's daughter and granddaughter are here? Check this out, dude.
That's one of my favorite pictures that you took in Instagram, because you're like this.
Oh, you have a picture of channeling?
Yeah.
You have to send me that.
The look says it all, right?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, like we all had to wear masks because it was right.
It was cold.
But it was still, I'm like.
Yeah, you can see it.
My eyes.
Yeah, like this. Oh my God, it's shit.
That's awesome.
It was
bro.
crazy, yeah.
So she came up to you and she gave you the book signed, book that she wrote at the time, right?
Yeah,
Be Like Water.
Be Like Water. Yeah, and it was amazing. And then afterwards, we made a run of prints in association with the Bruce Lee Foundation, based on the painting that I had at the show. Yeah.
Well, what painting was that? What was that like? What kind of a painting? Was it from one of his movies, or was it an original painting?
No, just an original painting. Hector actually has one of the prints.
Oh, okay. It was that print?
Yeah, it's that one. Yeah. So it's just kind of like.
Hector's on it.
Yeah,
he's on everything.
He gets them before we even see them.
I jumped on it.
Yeah, but it's mostly it's a sidekick, and kind of it's like a collage of different imagery.
I got you.
Yeah.
Where is that painting? You have it, Hector?
Yeah.
Can you pull it out?
Let me go get it.
Go get it. So that was what you were featuring amongst all your other paintings at the show.
Yeah.
And she knew to scout you out because of the Criterion Collection at that time, or she
it was either that. It was either that, or I know she had. A relationship with the gallery.
Oh, okay.
The gallery, I think, had done some work with Bruce Lee at the time.
Yeah.
The gallery's
this is it.
nucleus.
So that's the painting that you.
So that's a print. Yeah, that's an official print.
You hear that, folks? Official.
Official.
Yeah, with Shannon. Yeah.
Those are out of print now, right?
Yeah, those are sold out.
And I see your signatures at the bottom of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim, do you know how many were made of those?
I think it was 81 because it was Bruce Lee's 81st birthday.
I think
that
makes sense.
That's one of those.
That's a good idea.
Wow, so that's it. You have one of 81.
Yeah, I think so.
I have not number one,
No,
but it's one of the 81 prints.
Watch Hector try to look for 81
he's gonna look
81.
now.
It's actually a 60. It's actually 12 or 16 out of 81.
No, that's 12 out of 81.
Oh, wow.
That's a low number.
Yeah,
Or 16.
You're on it.
Yeah, come on.
I got the 12th one. You scouted it out.
Signed by Gian.
Yes.
In pencil.
Wow.
But then he's going to sign it again in marker.
Exactly. Wow, that's fantastic.
You know, Gian, I've been a fan of Criterion. Not only a Bruce Lee fan, but Criterion was at one time the leader in home video. So if you wanted to see a great, good quality DVD of your favorite film, Criterion was the company that you would go to. They were a bit more expensive, but you got quality. Definitely. So when I heard that the Bruce Lee films were going to be on Criterion, I said, wow, it's a big deal. This is a very big deal. So I wonder what photos or artwork is going to be on the box.
Yeah.
Because honestly and respectfully, I never heard of you because you're very young as well. Yeah. So I said, I was very curious as far as what art concept was going to be in the box. And then this came out. And I looked at it and I says, wow, this is very powerful. The images, the artwork, it's an art unlike any other art. If you look at it, you see so many interpretations of Bruce Lee, and it caught my eye. Not only did I buy the box set for the discs, but I was happy I bought it because of your artwork. And it's just brilliant. And then when we opened up the box, it comes, of course, with these little booklets and things. But what's amazing is this, man, because it opens up into this
show the back of that.
Fantastic collage of Gian Galang's artwork, and I didn't know whether to play it or display
it. Remember that?
It's funny you say that because this box set, because of his art, got me back into collecting physical media. That's my first disc I bought in over 15 years.
You see that? You see that?
Yeah, the art directors at Criterion are like amazing, and they really consider the whole experience of the packaging, like how it unfolds and everything.
Yes.
And yeah, that was one of the concepts we worked with the art director. He wanted, we wanted Bruce in motion. So when you unfold it, you get the action.
Yeah.
So we had to go with the sidekick. We wanted a little bit of a fighting sequence leading up to the sidekick. So
Yes. And you achieved it, man. You achieved it because I think you did an extraordinary job.
No, it was a fantastic job because a lot of artists now do a collage and they put every actor on the box. He just focuses on Bruce.
And the other unique thing is, like Hex said, besides it being so powerful, is that almost every other box set that came out prior to that was the typical box set, right? You have the picture of Fist of Fury, Chinese Connection, Return of the Dragon.
Typical photo.
Typical photo of Bruce on the cover, and then you go, okay, here's another box set. But then you see this, and it was totally offbeat, totally off.
So that was one of the challenges.
And very original. And did you come up with it, or did Criterion have an idea of what they wanted? Like, how did you guys come up with that?
One thing I do is I always shoot my own references. That's how I get the lighting that I want. And so I knew I would do it with this too, but it definitely worked out, especially with Bruce Lee, just because, like you said, he's as big as Bruce Lee is. He only has those few movies, so there's only so many things that people can pull from. We know it's almost like all the iconic images from every movie is like burned in your head. You already know all of them.
It's true.
So it's like you can't, and there's so many releases, so many versions. So it's got to be new. So basically, I'm not a level 10 Bruce Lee head, but I'm familiar enough that I know the moves. I've done martial arts myself. I know the angles and stuff. So we just shot a bunch of me pretending like I was Bruce Lee in different angles.
I think we all do that.
Everyone.
People have done that.
But
working on Bruce Lee was especially enjoyable for me because it represents my art career come 360. I started out doing MMA artwork, and a lot of people consider Bruce Lee one of the godfathers of MMA. He really popularized not only Kung Fu and Chinese-style fighting, but he does a lot of grappling, locks, sweeps. Doing research for the artwork, I watched a lot of the films, and I tried to nail which one was his iconic move. What's his signature move? And it was really hard to pick, because he really doesn't have one. He has a flying side kick, he has a back fist, he has all the different kinds of yells that he does. One of the art directors from the Criterion Collection, Eric Skillman, hit me up with an awesome idea for the interior, which was to do sort of multiple exposure technique of Bruce Lee going through a series of moves, but each pose would be Bruce Lee in one of his iconic outfits from one of his movies. So maybe he'd be starting out the move in his traditional Kung Fu jacket, and then the second move, he's in his all-yellow jumpsuit from Game of Death, and then maybe we finish with him shredded up like he was in Enter the Dragon. The reference I'm using are actually all shots of me that my wife took of me in the kitchen doing a bunch of Bruce Lee poses. Usually I figure out the poses, the composition that I like. We go and set up the lighting, and then I just do the moves. And then I try to find the Bruce Lee headshot that matches the body reference. So it's a little bit of Frankenstein cutting and pasting. If you expect a certain level of realism, then designing your references is crucial.
But in different angles, in different ways that maybe haven't been, maybe you've seen the kick, but it's not at that specific angle
Exactly.
with
Right.
that lighting.
Yeah.
So of course I would I scrubbed through the photo through the movies to get the face. You know, I can't make up the face.
Yeah, no.
It's got to be on point. So, but they're lesser known facial shots. They're not the ones. They're all like from the movie at some point, and they match up with the body pose.
Yeah.
So
Even though you didn't use the actual print of him. And you captured his soul in these pictures still, right?
Yeah, you did.
You did. Even though it's not the exact pose, you look at it and you go, I could see him doing that. And it's close to it, but it's your originality. It's what you picked up to do it, which is brilliant.
It gives a new life.
A new life to it, right? And
You
so
know what? Let's show the audience.
let's show that one,
because I'm sure everybody's curious as what we're talking about.
So, yeah, we're looking at this.
This is massive.
This is masterful, man. And this is one of a kind now. What we're bringing out here, right?
So this is the original painting of the spread.
I'm bugging out right now just looking at it.
So
you guys, oh my god.
I'll show you. So.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so this is what we used this painting for.
You can stand it up.
So you got this, right? Mm-hmm. And that it came off of this original.
Yeah, that's off of the scan of this.
You got the intro, Frank?
Yeah. This is the original, folks.
This is the original, baby.
Yeah.
This is
Unbelievable,
history,
man.
Yeah.
Look at the details. Look at.
Now you had this featured in an art gallery. This one.
Yeah, we brought it to show, but this is one I didn't want to sell because I had sold the cover, the original artwork to the cover to one of my art friends, and after I sold that, I was like, a lot of people asked to buy this one, but I was like, let me keep one original, Bruce Lee thing.
Can I ask what you sold the cover for? How much did someone want to give you for the cover?
A couple grand, but it was my art friend. Yeah.
Actually, it's a couple grand.
Hey,
wow, man. I would keep that if I was you.
If
man.
it was,
keep it up.
if it was $2,000, I would buy it right now.
Wow, and it's beautifully.
I would buy it right now.
I'm very glad you kept
this
that.
This is worth more, and this is just baby.
Like Charlie mentioned, like the way this looks, the box of the way it's put together, so much life.
Right? Yeah,
So
wow,
funny.
man. So that's yours, right, to keep.
Yeah.
That was professionally framed, and that's the original that this came from.
Yeah, because I sold that. I sold the original to that. I sold the original cover, and I was like, let me keep one.
Yeah.
I gotta keep one. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a beautiful piece, man.
Well,
It's
that
just
is
amazing.
simply stunning.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we went over, but so then you said Criterion reached out to you, or you reached out to them?
Yeah. So the art director at Criterion, one of them, Eric Skillman, and he's responsible for a lot of the awesome ones, like the Godzilla box set with Yuko. He did the I think Lone Wolf. He commissioned,
the Lone Wolf and
I think he commissioned Paul Pope to do that.
Got you.
But just like he just has a wealth of he's just like an encyclopedia of art styles, and he just knows what fits. And actually going to Criterion was amazing because so they're located in Union Square, and they have posters of all their covers? Like all over. It's like being in a museum.
They're in Union Square?
Yeah, them 14th,
Yeah.
Criterion?
We have to visit that one.
And they have a movie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
I mean, it's like an office, but they have like a movie theater inside, and
oh wow!
I didn't even know that. Wow, we gotta go, bro.
If you guys ever see, those clips where they have famous directors in their picking from the library, it's just right there.
Gotcha. Wow. When they're doing
out,
remastering and all that stuff.
Yeah,
when they do the interviews.
Yeah. Where they're like. Pick whatever sets you want.
Oh man, we gotta go, Charlie. We gotta do an episode.
Absolutely. So, what kind of time frame did they give you to get this complete? What did you work within?
It was pretty good, especially for an illustrator.
Yeah.
Usually, illustration is like hurry up and wait. But for them, they're real professionals, so they gave me a pretty good lead time. I think with the sketch phase, since it was such a big release, there was a little bit of approvals.
Yeah,
it has to go through Bruce Lee and stuff like that. But I think the whole project the time period was just a month or two. Not so much. So it's usually I spend a couple of days on sketches. We send it to them, come back, maybe a couple more days sketch, and then the execution is like a week.
Did they like your concept that you came up with? Did they change it much, or they?
No. I mean, so it was actually something that the art director Eric Skillman came to me about, because actually I've done a lot of work previous to this with figures in motion.
Yes.
And he was like, yeah, we want that with Bruce Lee.
Ah, okay.
You know?
Okay, so they gave you that idea.
Yeah.
But how did it feel when you got the call, the email?
Dude.
Yo, we want you to do a Bruce Lee piece. Criterion.
Yeah. So for me, that was like, it was like a full
Yeah.
circle because, like I said before, I grew up with everything influenced by Bruce Lee, and I kind of got into the art game, the illustration game, by doing UFC, MMA fan art.
Okay.
So
Right,
obviously,
yeah,
which just came from Enter the Dragon, the whole tournament, the martial arts tournament. So I kind of like cut my teeth in that world. I was doing editorial illustration for Vice, mostly MMA fighters. I did stuff with Reebok, who was the official sponsor of the UFC. They would make all the shirts and stuff like that. I did stuff for UFC 4, the video game. I did stuff for UFC, and then different martial arts. And then it came back to Bruce Lee, almost like the Godfather. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a full circle moment for me.
It always goes back to the roots.
Yeah.
And you know what was so amazing was it was almost like sometimes when I'm trying to portray MMA fighters, it's hard because sometimes they look a little bit generic. You know, especially but when I got to play with Bruce Lee, I was like, oh my god, it's like playing on easy. There's so many like really iconic poses.
Absolutely.
You know, you got the side kick, you got the back fist, everything.
And you get them beautifully.
Yeah, and it makes it easy to make an iconic image.
I hear you.
I got a question to ask Frankie. Frankie, recently you brought to the surface a famous Japanese actress. She's blonde.
Yeah, Sally Mae, yes.
Sally Mae. Could you talk to us a little bit about Sally Mae and also Gian, his mural that he did on Sally Mae?
Painting. It was a painting.
A painting?
It was a painting, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys know, like, I dig for films, just like I dig records. So yeah, I remember I saw a vinyl record of this blonde lady with a kimono. I'm like, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
Forgot about it.
Wow.
Years later, I'm like, I think we were talking about this.
Yeah.
Let me look for that.
Yeah.
Nowhere to be found. I'm like, what's her name?
Super rare.
One day I was just randomly stressed out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, saw her face again. I'm like, oh my God. Google reverse image, got the name. No info.
No, yeah.
So my roommate left me a DVDs and her stuff was there.
Wow.
I posted a clip and it went viral because it looks exactly like Kill Bill.
Like Uma
Thurman, but
right.
with a kimono.
You're right. Yeah.
So I did a lot of, people just love the way she looks. She has a look, and one thing when you see people throughout the years, decades, there's some people that stand out. Just like Bruce Lee, that face, the hair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just look at his pictures, you're like, yo. So Sally Mae did it like that. Everybody was like, who is this woman?
Yeah.
So I did research and found out she only did legit 5 films.
5 films. Wow.
Yeah.
Just like Bruce.
Just like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Wow, look
she
at
did
that.
cameos and TV shows. And,
Just like Bruce.
yeah.
Parallel.
So it's just wild that he hits me up like, bro, like everybody, I'm obsessed with this woman. No, because she looks so unique.
Yeah.
Very exotic. I mean,
So-
half Japanese and half
White.
and half
Her,
white.
well, after I found out so much information, I got her vinyl record, which has a bio. Found a magazine somebody had. She, her father was in the military. Like doing World War II.
Right.
Met a Japanese woman. You already know.
Wow.
She pregnant. He bounced, and the mother owned a restaurant with her stepfather.
Oh.
So the person she mentions as her father in her records is her steppops.
Ah, gotcha.
So then how'd the mural come about?
Right.
Another mural,
Well,
he did a painting.
Yeah, it was
painting.
a
Oh, it's a
painting.
painting.
Like I said earlier.
And where is that, in Chinatown?
No. It's a painting. It's at a gallery actually, but I entered the fine art world 2 years ago, and I had a couple solo shows. But part of being in the fine art world is like always being in group shows. At least for me, because for me, even though I've been doing illustration and stuff for 6 or 7 years, going into the fine art world is a totally different. It's almost like starting over. So. I was just looking for. I was thinking about inspiration for another piece for another group show that I got invited to, and then it just happened to line up with the Sally Mae stuff, and I was like, that would be a dope image. I was like, I'll create my version of that,
And his version is like,
Killer,
when you
right?
show me the sketch, I'm like, how?
Are you saving your money?
I don't know. It's
I
just
know you
looks-
want that.
It's just the way he did the hair.
Yeah.
And the straw. It still looks
You gotta send me a picture of that. I like to feature it in the
Yeah.
episode.
I'd love
it
to
looks,
see that.
The thing
Yeah, I
is,
wanna
it
see
looks
that.
so old school Japanese, but with his flair.
Nice.
It is wild.
Nice.
It pops. I was like, I couldn't sleep that night. I was like, yo.
Gian, you're 30.
No, actually, I'm 37. Yeah, just turned 37 in June. Yeah.
Young pup here.
Happy belated birthday, man.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. So, man, you're a young artist. Your skills are, like Mr. Hunt said, extraordinary.
Yes.
I mean, bro, it's your own flavor. Nobody does that.
Yeah,
Nobody does that, and
very original.
because you got artists that are very good artists, but when they paint, it's nobody outstands. It's just art. I mean,
There's no imagination behind it.
Yes, but Gian's art is like kind of like a dream. Like I don't know how to put it together. It's like watching a Bruce Lee movie and then going to sleep and then dreaming of what you saw.
It's like
it
your
will
dream.
look like
Yeah,
that.
it really
You know?
is.
So it's
crazy.
it's good stuff, man. And wow.
Thank you.
So
I
let me
commend
ask
you,
you
man.
before we end. So what's next on the horizon for you? You have any new projects we should know about? Anything coming out that's Bruce Lee related or just your work related? What's next for you? Anything new coming up?
Nothing Bruce Lee related right now. So I had my first 2 solo shows in LA last year and the year before. So I'm planning my 3rd one for next year. But coming up, I just got commissioned to do 2 paintings for the UFC Bantamweight Challenger.
Nice! Congrats, man.
So and it's cool because we did. I just got some photos of this prototype today, but we turned those 2 paintings into gloves for Sean that he's using to train for the upcoming title fight. So we're gonna go up to Boston in August and check that out. But that gallery stuff, and I got some. Actually, since you guys are in the movie world, I got some. I got a Mondo project coming up.
Big one, right?
But
This is getting good, man.
Yeah, so
There we go. Lots on the rise for you, man. I'm glad. Congratulations, man. Good for you. Anything else you'd like to tell us or the fans that we should know about you? Or
How can we contact you?
I mean, straight up, it's just like my name, Google, Instagram, Gian Galang, and GianGalang.com. But I mean, I guess what I'd like to say is it's just amazing the Bruce Lee community. Like, thank the Bruce Lee community because I've always been a big martial arts head. But mostly MMA, UFC, and Bruce Lee was always kind of like a given, But when I did the Criterion Collection, I mean, it just like it was amazing being exposed to this new ecosystem of like international fans.
There really is, man. All over the world, man. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. It's a very tight-knit community.
It's a family.
It's a family.
It's a family. It's a community. It's a network. It's a culture.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a huge culture, and I'm proud to be part of it.
Yeah, well, we were glad to have you. Have another question for him?
Yeah, Gian, are you planning on doing any shows in New York City?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I just told Frankie, I have a show currently right now downtown. Blanking already, but
Rivington.
Harmon Projects at Harmon Projects.
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go.
We have to go. We'll go together.
So I'm starting with the group shows, and then maybe I'll get the solo show.
Well, we're gonna go there. We're gonna show love. We're gonna take a picture in front of your, joint. We're here. We're here.
I'm gonna walk in there and I'm gonna say, I know him.
I know him.
He was in my house.
There we go.
That's right. I know him personally.
That's it.
So So Gian, you know we're not gonna let you go unless you sign our Criterion box set. But I really appreciate it. You want to do it on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
Get a pen out, man.
Let's get this signed.
We've been waiting for this.
Let's do it on camera.
Let's do this on 4K.
There we go.
Did you want the spread or like on the cover or where?
So let's see. Where are you gonna sign yours, Hector? Where are you gonna have him sign it?
Well, it's got to be in the front of the box.
Okay,
right. But whatever you want.
Got you.
That's red for the.
You gonna do it on the front, or you want to do it on the front here?
I could do both.
You can do
wherever you want. Yeah.
So let's.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go right here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right there is good.
Look at that, bro. Look at that. Gian Galang.
See if you can see.
That's great. And then do right here also on the yellow.
Does it?
on the yellow.
Oh, does it?
You want it on the yellow.
Does it show? Yeah.
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 Maybe I'll go right.
I think that would look cool there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
it looks nice. Wow, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Now I got my Criterion box set signed.
Gian, I'd be honored if you signed the
Let me see.
the plastic cell piece.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I gave you yellow. Hopefully.
I wonder if it'll come through. You want me to go on the white or something? I don't know.
What do you think? Give it a shot. See, maybe
Okay.
it'll.
All right, let's see.
Let's see what happens.
See, this is practice right here to make sure.
Oh, there we go.
there we go.
That works.
That was fresh.
That works.
Did you put the year? It's 2023.
cool.
I'd be honored. To
And your social number too.
Oh, it's
Awesome,
nice. Yeah,
brother,
looks really
awesome.
cool.
Awesome.
Leave it
Yo,
to
show
an
it,
artist
show
to have such incredible
Look at that.
signature and handwriting there.
Yeah. Well,
Wow,
we're
very
gonna
nice.
do
Yeah,
some
yeah,
close-up
yeah,
shots.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask Gian if he
Okay.
can sign
Gotcha.
my Criterion box set. I just want to keep the wrap on it just to keep it
That's what I do.
clean.
Fresh,
Yeah. I normally do that. So.
I just opened mine for the first time just for you to sign it for me. I had it sealed this entire time.
There you go.
Cool.
Now it's
I
fresh.
think maybe the
Yes.
yellow and the black.
Okay,
You think?
yeah, let's try
I
that.
think that'd be nice. There you
Oh,
go. There,
nice.
now we're talking. And if you could put the year.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yo, that yellow looks really good.
I'm gonna have him sign mine in yellow too now.
Yeah,
nice.
You-
I mean, I can go.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, you
I
can
can
go
do it
over
right
it.
over there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll go
yeah,
for it.
Let's see. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I got the two-tone going.
Gian Galang.
Looks good.
Yes,
That's
sir.
good. It looks good. Nice.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Very cool.
Some 3D now.
Yeah. Look at that. Red and yellow. I love
Yeah,
it.
let me see.
Absolutely,
That
man.
looks so cool.
Yeah. It looks
Yeah.
nice. Thank you so much, man. I
Nice.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Wow. Yeah. And thank you for coming on the show today. And thank you, Frankie, for bringing him here.
Thanks for
And
having
Hector,
us.
thank you for hosting us as always in your
Charlie, thank you.
incredible
Gian,
Bruce
thank
Lee
you so much,
gallery.
bro. Frankie, thank you for
man.
making it happen.
This was great.
Hey,
Frankie Balboa was the one. Well, he's actually friends with Gian,
Yep,
and this has been in the works for like months, and finally it materialized. So again, I'm honored and blessed to have Gian, Frankie as well, and of course Charlie, who actually lives here. So, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. And Charles Damiano signing out from the Bruce Lee Collection. As always, saying have fun collecting, and we'll see you guys next Friday.
Have fun
Take care,
collecting.
guys. All right, cool, man.
So,